Hello, baby. Hello, nasty. Hello there. Hello. I say hello. Hello, friend. Well, hello, little girl. Hello, my treacherous friends. Hello, operator. The beginning of everything. Welcome back, my friends. It's showtime.
Hey everybody, welcome back to The Brink of Sanity, episode 371. I am Jay. With me is Bry, the Doc, and Mark. We got the whole crew here today.
Holy shit!
Full house.
Full house. So there'll be no talking over each other. I'm sure this will go smoothly as hell.
Yeah, starting when?
I'll give it 30 seconds, maybe.
Awesome. Cool. How are we doing, guys?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Good.
I think we all have a little.
What the
something.
hell's in the background? It's like we're in like an airplane hangar. What's the noise?
I don't know.
I heard something. Is it me?
I heard a TV for a second.
Doc, talk.
Hey.
So we're not going to talk over each other, but a random TV that nobody has on is going to.
Yeah, there's like no TV here.
Mine's off.
No, you didn't hear that in the background? The like this like the
It
noise?
sounded like an echo. I thought, yeah, I heard it.
I heard it, but it's gone. So
Does everyone have their volume off on the whatever?
okay, let's just move
Okay,
on.
fine. It's working now. God damn it.
We all have headphones on, right? So.
I think what did Bry say earlier? I think Bry, I want you to come out with a some kind of affirmation calendar. Can you do that?
If Jay does all the work for me, I'll do it.
Like that.
So Jay asked, said, Bry, hey, do you want to do it tonight? And he said, I guess tonight's better to get it over with. And Jay's like, oh, it's supposed to be fun, not punishment. And he said, life is punishment. I want Bry to have the opposite of an affirmation calendar. Like every day should just be something else like, hi, today you could have killed yourself yesterday.
Like one of these like daily like things, only it says like life is punishment on like the day.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, I
Every
like
day,
that.
it's a different statement from Bry that makes you sorry that you still exist.
I'll have to start writing. I'll have to start taking notes during the day.
I think that would sell really well, actually.
Yeah,
Probably,
I would read that.
I'd buy that.
Guys, send in your quotes, thebrinkofsanity@gmail.com. Bry's negative life quotes. We'll see if we can make a calendar of them.
Let's just try some more. Die today so people can forget about you sooner.
I mean,
It's a little long, a little wordy.
Yeah, it's a little wordy. I think we can make like a real like actual Bry quotes. We could probably make a whole compilation of them.
Yeah, who's the historian of the show? I'm sure we can pull all
Someone
pretty much everything I've ever said.
Actually, Andrew and Anthony are both here. They're in the room. So negative life quotes, episode 1 through 25, every minute of it. That was basically what it was, just me and Bry. So, Bry, I have...
We need
I have
transcripts.
See, I have longer ones like, what's that sound? That's the sound of no one caring about you.
That's pretty good.
Anyone else?
That's a good Friday one.
Friday is like extra dark.
Yeah, it's like you have nothing to do and I'm going to say something really negative.
Bry, did you write a website about the Denver airport, Bry?
Denver airport? I don't think so.
Because there are not one, not two, but 5 conspiracy theories all about the Denver airport.
About the Denver airport?
Yeah.
I've been there once. It's very big.
I've been there once also. Well, I've been there once back and front, fourth, but
yeah.
What about it?
Yeah, what about it?
So conspiracy 1 is the Freemasons, the really old society, has controlled the airport since it opened, and it has ties to the New World Order.
Okay. Why? Like the Freemasons are like, I mean, to get this going, we need some revenue. Let's start an airline.
It still functions like an airport, so who cares?
Yeah.
When I flew there, I got off my plane, got a taxi. I'm not sure what the Freemasons are doing there exactly.
It's working though.
What is the benefit to the Jay? Before you get to the next 4,
yeah.
How would the Freemasons benefit from running this airport? How would the Freemasons benefit more, say, than Delta gets to benefit from running an airport?
I mean, do they secretly run like that pretzel company that's in all the airports? Is that like their deal? Or?
Maybe they're the ones bringing up the price of a bottle of water.
That could be.
The Freemasons are trying to like slowly kill us all, kill us off with Cinnabon.
So apparently it has a time capsule, and there's the Freemason symbol on it, and there's references to New World Airport or something like that.
I guess again, what is the
Yeah,
benefit?
Is the New World Airport better?
Well, I mean,
It can't be any worse than LaGuardia.
true.
Yeah, I mean, like they were talking about how the in Kabul the Taliban has taken over the airport, and the airport's a complete mess, and like everything, it's a disaster there. But I think the people at LaGuardia are like, how do you get it to function so well?
Yeah.
It's still better than here.
What are you guys doing right?
You had 150,000 people die, like take off, and only 170 died. Like, how are you doing this so well? LaGuardia requests the Taliban to take over their airport. Jay, so what? But why do people like? What about the airport? Like, is there a secret society somehow? Like, do they meet at the airport?
Look, it says what the conspiracies are. It doesn't say what their goals are for this stuff.
So if I have a flight there and I'm like, I'm a Freemason, they're like, we can upgrade you to business class.
My dad's a Mason, but he won't tell me anything.
He's part of it.
Is that a real
Yeah.
thing?
Maybe he's not a Freemason.
Yeah, well, I mean, they have like the Masons in town, like the American Legion and the, like those kind of groups. He joined the Masons, like he joined like 20 years ago because a couple of his guys that he worked with were Masons. So they're like, oh, come along. So he like went through the like whatever, and they had like a dinner where he got like, anointed into it, and he's never been back. Never once.
Is that because they made him drink like baby blood with Hillary Clinton?
No, he was just like, I don't even know why I did it. He was just like, oh, whatever. He has like a little chip that like he keeps in his car that he's supposed to put on his dashboard to get like a better parking spot or something with the Mason thing.
That's all it is.
I bet he gets an awesome parking spot at the Denver airport.
I'll have to tell him to drive out there.
For those listening to the show that want to understand, so Freemasons or Masonry refers to fraternal organizations that trace their origins to the local guilds of the stonemasons that at the end of the 13th century regulated the qualifications of stonemasons and their interaction with authorities and clients. And I don't know. I thought it'd be helpful to define what they are for people.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not everyone like Doc knows everything about them.
No, I don't know how that
It didn't add anything. I understand it added nothing.
I don't know how that has anything to do with the airport.
Brian and I also lived with a Mason.
Yeah, that's true.
That was his name. It wasn't.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the Knicks had a guy named Mason on the team.
Oh,
also.
that's true.
And I have a cousin who's a Mason. That's his job.
So we have a lot of ties.
Yeah.
It's all coming
So
together.
They're all in on it too.
Yeah.
what's the conspiracy with the Freemasons? That they control the world?
Yeah. Something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, like the Simpsons, where they make fun of. They have that
It's the stonecutters.
Yeah.
that room
Yeah,
up
I understand.
on top of the hill where they have like Mr. Burns and an alien and the news guy. They're making reference to that.
Well, someone's got to control the world.
Yeah.
Might as well be the Masons.
Yeah.
So at one point they controlled the world. Now they're just down to controlling flights in and out of Denver.
Yeah, seems like a downgrade.
They're really a downgrade.
Number-
Where will they go from here? Like, what's the next downgrade? Like, eventually they're just like, they're all like parking attendants. They're like, we control who gets valet parked here, so fuck off.
They control who fills in potholes in the road.
That's a big deal.
I wish they'd do a better job.
Yeah. Slacking.
What's the second and almost even worse conspiracy?
There are artistic clues to the apocalypse spread throughout the airport.
Not clues, but artistic ones.
Mm-hmm. So there's a 30-foot, a 28-foot painting that is supposed to show like Nazis destroying the world or something.
But did that one get disproven in 1945?
I mean, isn't the saying the Nazis shall rise again?
I thought
I
that was
don't know.
the South.
I don't
Isn't
go to
that the same
their
thing?
meetings, Jay.
I can't tell the difference at this point.
These
You might not want to ask Mark about that.
these conspiracies kind of suck, Jay. So far,
Yeah, someone needs
Yeah.
to write better.
Yeah.
Like, whoever's making these up.
like if you said the conspiracy was they were the writers behind The Simpsons, I'd say okay, that's a good one at least.
Okay, how about this? This is the number 3. Hidden beneath the airport's underground baggage transport tunnels is a secret bunker designed to house millionaires, billionaires, and global political elite in the event of an apocalypse, and also evidence that there's aliens lurking somewhere down there.
In Denver? I don't think any rich people are flying through Denver.
Yeah.
Or maybe they want to
Denver's a
hang out
nice-
with the aliens and the Nazis.
That's how you get to the fancy ski resorts there. You have to go through Denver.
True, yeah, and the movie festival.
So can we tell the world's billionaires that
Yeah,
the
go
world?
to Denver.
Can we tell them the world's about to end? Tell them to go underground in Denver, and then just like cover them up so they can't get out. Because that would be a good. That would work out well for all of us.
I'd be down with that.
Okay, what's the fourth shitty conspiracy, Jay?
There is.
Is this like a game where we have to guess which one is true at the end?
This
are
is the
all-
worst
One of
Family
these
Feud
is
ever.
true.
Apparently, all these are somewhere on the internet that people believe.
By the way, this bit would have been so much better if 4 of them were real and 1 of them was a fake one. We had to guess. Jay,
Yeah,
what the
that's
hell?
what I'm saying.
I know. I'm just saying you guys are writing a better bit than Jay wrote. Go on, Jay.
Okay, thank you, appreciate it. So there's actually only 4, so we're done. We're almost done.
Oh, good.
The next one, actually, the next conspiracy is the Denver airport is the place where the brink of sanity is the most popular on Earth.
So this one's also a Nazi conspiracy. There's a
Oh God, the Nazi. Thank you, Jay.
There's a swastika-shaped runway 25 miles from downtown Denver, and it leads towards sinister plots.
Here's a conspiracy. I'm never flying through Denver again.
You know what? I think I'm actually flying to Denver. I'm gonna check that out.
Well, where
You're
are
gonna
you?
go
Why
to
are
the
you flying?
swastika runway.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna. I think.
It's one of the must-sees in Denver.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to remind. I'm gonna have to put this as a note in my phone to remember to look for that.
Were you waiting
Sir-
for the numbers to spike again before you got on an airplane?
Well, I booked a flight, but I don't know if I'm going. It's not till November, but I'm pretty sure I changed planes in Denver.
Sir, no. I have my luggage. Where do I find the giant swastika that's here?
How could they have a swastika-shaped runway? A runway needs to be straight.
It seems like their planes would veer a little bit.
Yeah.
Or just
So
all
right-
crash in the middle?
So it's
Again,
right-
I'm
right-
totally cool to not just want to fly that way. That sounds good. It'll eliminate the problem faster.
They have
Sounds
to
more
take
like a Polish runway.
They have to take a right turn in the middle of their landing,
Yeah.
This is not working.
and then crash into each other at the end.
Brian, why are you flying in November? It's actually, Brian, it's the supposedly COVID, the Delta variant. It's supposed to peak in October and start going down. So maybe Brian will be okay. But why are you flying in November?
Oh, well, I might go to Vegas in
Hey,
November.
Isn't that how you got COVID the first time?
No, I got COVID. I was supposed to go to Vegas, and I got COVID, and I couldn't go to Vegas.
Oh, it was a casino though, right?
It was either a casino or a girl at work. I got COVID in November, like a week after the election. So it was either like Joe Biden that gave it to me, or this girl in my office who worked at the polls and was, dealing with all kinds of people all day. And she also tested positive after me. But the consensus in the office is that she probably got it and gave it to me. Because the day I was in the office where I felt sick, she wasn't there. The day and a half that I was sick when I was there, she wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I got it from her.
Gotcha.
So you're flying to Vegas, but stopping in Denver for some, just get a little bit of Jew hate in before you get to Vegas?
No, they don't have. They got rid of the nonstop flight from Connecticut, so you either have to stop in like Chicago, Baltimore, or Denver usually.
Okay.
So,
And you were like, I like conspiracies. I'll go to Denver.
well, I didn't even know about that. It must just be, must be a sign that
It's an added
I have to.
bonus.
Yeah, it must be a sign that I have to show up with a video camera and a microphone, and I got to start talking to people down there at the airport, find out what's going on.
Jay, there's also a conspiracy. There's some conspiracies related to LaGuardia if you want to hear about them. There's the first one I'm reading on the list is that you can get an on-time flight in LaGuardia. Conspiracy.
That's what I was gonna say.
That's funny.
Jays, what's your last one?
That
was it, I
We're
think.
done. I have Lorenzo emails if you want to hear those.
Can we 1 second? Jay, before the show, you said you've been feeling lightheaded.
Dizzy. Yeah, I've been dizzy for like 2 weeks.
I think I might know what's wrong with you. I want to hear what's going on with you. Tell us what's going on. Doc's in the show. He can diagnose you via the podcast. That's how he does most of his diagnosis.
Yeah, I need medical advice too.
I'm actually transitioning to podcast only work.
Yeah. No, not telehealth. You have to come on my podcast.
Yeah, it's only podcast.
So
Everyone tune in for my checkup tonight on the Brick and Sadie podcast.
You get no privacy. You have to tell everyone your problems.
This doesn't violate HIPAA in any way. Probably doesn't actually. But Jay, what's going on?
I just noticed Bry changed his name to Negator on the. I like it.
That's the name.
I
of the
did it right
calendar.
before we started.
That was Bry's original nickname on the
Yeah,
podcast.
yeah.
Way back.
That is that's
300
Brian.
episodes ago.
That's Brian's daily affirmation for Halloween. You could be
That's right.
Negator.
Yeah,
That's how we have the tag Enter the Negaverse, because that was named after Bry.
that's
Wow,
gonna
really?
be that's
Yeah.
gonna be my pen name for my my negative daily calendar.
That's a show historical fact I did not know. Where did the Negator thing come from?
Bry being negative?
I thought there might be a longer history. Like Brian was negative in college. I don't know. When did you?
No,
get the-
a listener, a friend of mine, came up with the name.
I think. When did, you weren't negative at. You were pretty negative in college.
Yeah, I think he was.
Brian's been pretty negative since I've known him.
Yeah.
Not that I've known him nearly as long as Jay, but it's been a while now.
Bry was also happy at times in college, though.
That's
That's actually another conspiracy on the web here.
I'm like the last remaining witness of seeing Bry have a genuine smile.
I've been
No,
trying to kill Jay for 5 years. It's not working.
It's like you're
telling
behind
you
the black
guys-
mold.
I'm telling you guys, Brian was once happy. Dude, Jay, we'll believe the shit about the Denver airport, but this is ridiculous.
Now you've gone too far. Infowars won't even post that.
I found the one that's not true.
Jay, so what's going on with your head?
I don't know. I've been dizzy for like 2 weeks. That's it.
Because Jay basically also has been like everything's going well in his life. Finally, he's got the new apartment, he's got the new job.
So that must mean
I don't-
I'm ready to keel over because everything else is working like,
Yeah.
perfectly.
Um,
I have that impending sense of dread too.
so you've just been feeling I have something. What's wrong with you, Brian?
Okay, Doc. So I have this lump that I found on my stomach, and it's like an inch to the right of my belly button and an inch like above it. And
Is this a bit or a real problem?
no, this is real. I noticed this on
shit.
I noticed this the other day. It feels like a tennis ball, and it hurts when I touch it. So what do I have, like a couple weeks to live, or what are we thinking?
Andrew wants
how
to see
wish.
it, Bry. Andrew wants
What?
Andrew wants to see it.
No, you can't see it. You could feel it. I mean, if he wants to come over and rub my stomach, he can. But
I hope he does want to come over and do that. Is it just like a cyst?
I don't know. I mean, I just noticed it the other day. Like I was like rubbing my stomach, and I was like, "Oh, that doesn't feel right." And it's like not on the other side.
Jay,
So,
how
like,
often,
there's-
Jay, how often do you rub your stomach?
Never. I try
I
not
rub
to,
I rub my belly all the time. That's what fat people do. They rub our bellies.
I try not to think about that part of my body.
What, Brian? Why were you rubbing your belly? Well, I was patting my head and rubbing my. I was trying to just nail it finally.
Positive reinforcement.
All right, I was picking crumbs off my stomach. Do you mind?
Doc, do you think Bry should ignore this issue?
Well, if he has 2 weeks to live, then enjoy the final 2 weeks. No, I have no idea. I mean, I can't. There's no way.
Dude, this is the worst initial diagnosis on the podcast, bro.
That's it. I'm not subscribing to this podcast.
Doug, I have this
I mean-
giant growth right below my breast and right above my waist.
I haven't been able to sleep because it hurts to touch, and I sleep on my stomach, so it's been a little.
Is it?
I mean,
Doc, go.
you could have like sometimes bacteria, like you could have like an abscess or something. That happens.
So
I'll keep an eye on it. I'll put some vitamin. I'll put some aloe on it.
Doc, would you recommend that he rubs it
I mean,
in the opposite direction? Would that be helpful?
Counterclockwise.
yeah, rub it back into your stomach.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
See, people do come here for good news.
That's right. Yeah.
So Jay, what kind of CPAP machine do you use?
I use a ResMed. I know you're going to talk about the recall.
Yes!
I don't have the recalls brand.
About what?
My black cloud has been lifted. I don't have the one of the apnea brands has been recalled, and I don't have that
The
one.
world's largest producer of CPAP machines is recalling a majority of, or just a couple of the major brands. Probably all of them actually, but they're saying that there's some kind of material that eventually starts over time starts breaking off and ending up you end up ingesting it, and it
God, that's awful.
It allegedly
Does it end
causes
up in your
cancer.
stomach? Is it a ball? Is that what it is?
Do you use CPAP?
I have, but I haven't used it in years.
And they are said in the article,
Yeah, but Jay, you've had the same machine for years, probably, right?
I think I've had a total of 2 or 3 machines, and they've all been ResMed.
Yeah. I mean, I've had the same machine probably for like 8 years now.
yeah,
So-
they came out in like 2009. This machine.
Yeah, no, I got a new one like maybe 2 years ago, and it's like tiny and it's almost silent. Like they made
They
it
say
as
the way they make
least
it
bad as
silent
possible.
has to do with how the bacteria gets into you that kills you.
Mark, when are you getting one? The last time I was on the show 2 years ago, you were getting tested for sleep apnea. Did you ever have it, or is that a HIPAA violation? Or
I had, well, based on what the internet tells me it is, but I have, there's 3 levels of apnea. I have the middle one.
Jay's got the worst one.
Jay's got by far the worst.
No,
one.
I had well, I have that rare one, but
You have the I can't go on an airplane without an outlet one.
yeah.
Yeah, Doc, have you ever heard of this? Jay can't fall asleep without his apnea machine.
Well, people do get used to it. I mean, like,
No, I have onset apnea, which means that instant when you fall asleep is when I get the apnea. Once I'm asleep, I'm okay. So
yeah,
I
I mean,
literally
there are different kinds.
so I literally can't sleep without it now. Like I
You
can't
can
take a
you
nap
can
on
collect
the
them
couch.
all, and Jay has them all.
Yeah, I can't even take a nap on the couch. Like it's ridiculous.
You can't even take a nap on the couch.
No, I'll jolt awake as soon as I fall asleep.
Maybe I have that because that happens to me a lot.
You could have that one. Yeah, cool. This is a happy show.
They've recommended, Philips has recommended, they're like, look to other methods besides the CPAP machine immediately, besides instead of using our device.
Let me guess. Moderate your nicotine and alcohol and caffeine intake. Set a regular bedtime.
Yeah,
And,
all the stuff like no one
And
ever,
no
like,
screens
does.
in your bedroom. Yeah.
Yeah.
Every article you read, how to sleep better. It's monitor your caffeine intake. Go to bed at the same time every night. Oh, really? Is that all it takes?
Literally every article is, have you tried losing 10 pounds? Go
Yeah.
fuck yourself.
Have you tried not doing all the things that you actually do? Hey, Mark. Last time you got some blood drawn. Did you happen to run a marathon before you got your blood drawn?
Oh, so I sent my last time Doc was on it. I told him about my medical issue. I sent him my report afterwards, and he said, "You looked insanely dehydrated. What the fuck's wrong with you?" I went for like a 4-mile run.
I actually
take
didn't. I didn't say this, but I was about to say, like, did you run a marathon and get your blood drawn?
Oh, I thought
Yeah.
you meant he was healthy. I didn't know you meant he was like almost
No,
dead.
no. Like his labs looked like he had lost all of his electrolytes, like 2 minutes before he took his.
It
blood.
was hot out. I went for a run. They didn't tell me not to go for a run prior to getting my blood drawn.
Yeah.
Apparently, you're not supposed to do that before getting blood drawn.
Yeah, I mean, it makes him look like something's seriously wrong. But that I've had that happen. Like people have all these labs and they're like, oh yeah, I just ran 5 miles and I got my blood drawn.
So the big issue I had was
I won't
with
have that
my
problem.
iron levels. And Doc, so they said I can go. They said if you want, you can get retested for your iron levels, or you can just start taking an iron supplement. What makes more sense?
It was unusual. Like I didn't know why yours was low, but you could just take iron and see. I mean,
Okay.
Andrew,
I
wants
got
to-
advice from the show. I'm going to follow it.
Andrew wants to know who wins
That'll be $100.
who wins a 4-mile race between Mark running and Jay walking.
Jay is really fast. A really fast walker.
Jay's a fast walker.
Doc, I don't know if you know this. Jay claims he can do a 2-mile walk in under 5 minutes.
I mean,
I
I
think you
told
do it
him
under
the
4.
train station where I am is 2 miles from my house. Jay goes, "Why aren't you walking?" I'm like, "Well, I need to get home for my kids." And he said, "It's like a 5-minute walk." I'm like, "It's 5 miles."
I mean, it says I live 7 minutes from the train station, and I get there in 5. So if you extrapolate that over 2 miles, I don't know. It's a lot of save time.
That is a fair point too. Jay, by the way, so Doc obviously goes to the office. Bri goes. Actually, I'm the only one in the show that doesn't go into the office anymore.
Yeah,
Because Jay goes in also.
Unless
What's
the podcast doctor thing works out, then I don't have to go to.
It's not working out so far.
No, it's not. No.
The pod.
Jay,
Well, Bri was like, diagnose this thing that you can't see, and like
so, but Jay, so if you don't have the acne machine that's been recalled, then what the hell's wrong with your head? Why?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, I was going to diagnose it. Now I can't.
I mean, like
can't-
his physical head, like while we're looking at him, or you mean like why he's getting dizzy?
maybe
I was
it's
going to go with the latter.
Oh, all
maybe
right.
it's from success, from having a job that he likes,
Having bosses that actually appreciate me. It's weird.
Are you
making
sure?
your head spin.
I've been gaslit for so long. I don't know how to react now when I get a compliment. They'll be like, "Good job." I'll be like,
Good job. Fuck you too.
Yeah, I was like, "What's the
Jay,
motive behind this? What are you gonna do to me?"
Jay, why did you tell me I did a good job? What did you mean by that?
Yeah,
I'm gonna get fired, aren't I?
All right, I'll pack my bags.
I mean, do you have vertigo? Like, do you feel like spinning?
Yeah, it's spinning.
Yeah, so you have vertigo. That's
Well, how do I
happens.
not have vertigo?
Just
Uh,
don't have it.
Doc,
Just
Doc,
say you
you
don't
need-
want to have vertigo.
It's
and you
actually
want
really
vertigo.
annoying. I mean, it's not. There's not.
I've been
There
trying
is-
to do the Epley maneuver.
Yeah, that's actually what it. That was like that can help because usually it's like stuff gets stuck in your ear canals.
That's what I figured. Because ever since I had an ear infection, like
Yeah.
it's been like that, like on and off for like months now.
Yeah, the maneuvers can help, but sometimes it takes like it doesn't go away. very
How do you deal with this?
well, usually it goes away on its own, but there's some medicines that can help the symptoms, but it's kind
Just
of just
You
annoying.
should take a horse tranquilizer.
There was a guy on the Braves in the late '80s who had to leave baseball because he had vertigo. He was
well,
like Jay, are you
people-
gonna? Is Jay gonna have to leave baseball?
yeah, Jay, your pro baseball career is over.
Oh,
Oh
man.
no.
I mean, I have the right body type for a baseball player.
I mean, for a lot of people, they have it once and then they never have it again. That's pretty rare for it to be like lifelong or something.
Are you guys still watching baseball with the players like booing you?
I want to go
fine.
to a Mets game so bad,
Holy
so I could boo these motherfuckers.
Right. So for those that don't know, the Mets have been having a really bad run lately, and the fans are getting cut.
even in terms of the Mets, it's a bad year.
been really bad. So the fans have been like booing them a lot. The other night they won their second game in a row, and they put their thumbs down, and basically they told the media they were booing the fans. The fans need to do better. We're gonna boo them because they're not doing a good job for us. The guy's making millions of dollars to play a child's game, living this. The part of the fucking deal is you can get booed, just like you get cheered. That's why you get lots and lots of money.
Yeah,
We're not booing the troops. We're booing a guy playing a kid's game.
Yeah.
And they're not even booing the fans; they're just giving them a thumbs down, which looks even stupider.
So stupid. Anyway, I Javi Baez, I so hope he's on the Mets next year.
Of course, he scored the winning run in the first game today.
Yes, he did. So Jay, should we go on with baseball or should I change topic?
No, let's change topics. Andrew said it's rare to have vertigo lifelong, so Jay has vertigo for life confirmed.
Well, I didn't know Andrew was a doctor, but we are on the internet, so.
Yeah. So here's I have a statistic I wanted to tell you guys about.
Okay.
And I wanted you guys to guess what it is. What's
Okay.
it about? 1 in 4 U.S. adults say late August is the perfect time for this. 19% of adults said the same thing last year. It's up to 25% of adults. Going further, half of Gen Zers and 49% of millennials say September is the right time for this. And the largest share of consumers, 73%, said mid-October is the right time for this.
Consumers. So we're talking about buying something. Because
Smart one, Jay.
Okay. Because I was going to say, like, at first I was thinking, like, sex, because August you're sending your kids back to school. But since you said consumers, I'm going to say buying a mattress to have sex.
I think a lot of
I was going to
millennials-
say was gonna say sex, but I'm gonna buying a mattress for the sex. We need a platform.
This is like Family Feud.
Okay, Jay
Survey
says it's buying a mattress to fuck on.
What was the percentage of millennials and Gen Zs?
It was
Good
it says 25% of adults say late August is the perfect time. 49%, half of Gen Zers, 50%, and 49% of millennials say early September is the right time.
Buying a new cell phone.
No. And the largest share of consumers, 73% said mid-October. And Doc, any guesses here?
Leaving your family.
Banning
Murdering your family.
banning Christmas.
Leaving your family to fuck on a new mattress. That's the answer.
Yeah.
Starting a war on Christmas.
That would be pretty good.
Being offended. Oh,
No, that's
every day.
that's every day. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
every day. Do you guys want to tell you? Or you guys want to keep guessing?
You could tell us.
Yeah, I don't want to keep guessing.
Okay, the answer is the right time to start buying pumpkin spice products.
I actually was thinking about that, but I was like, that's too stupid. In August? Seriously?
Yes, it is too stupid. And I'm mentioning this because Brian in particular loves pumpkin spice.
I was thinking that,
physically uncomfortable just at the mention of pumpkin spice. He's squirming.
I was at the grocery store on Sunday with my girlfriend, and we were looking for something, and they had pumpkin whoopie pies. And the same place we go to, they always sell these strawberry whoopie pies that my dad likes. So I was kind of looking for them while we were looking for this other thing. And she goes, "Oh, they don't have strawberry, but they have pumpkin. Will your dad eat those?" And I go, "It doesn't matter. They're not allowed in the house." And she's like, "Why?" I'm like, "Because they're just not allowed in the fucking house because they're pumpkin."
You remember that year I took a picture of something pumpkin spice and sent it to you like every day?
Yes.
I went to the Christmas tree shop last week, and they had an entire wall of different pumpkin spice products. It was like
in
floor
the
to
ad for this
ceiling.
grocery store, there was a whole like half-page ad for all the pumpkin stuff they're having, and she was like circling things. I'm like, "What are you doing? You're not buying any of that." Is that pumpkin beer?
It is.
I actually like pumpkin beer, but the pumpkin stuff I don't remember. Like if you try like pumpkin spice Cheerios, you're like, this kind of fucking sucks. Why are you doing
most
this?
of the stuff's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Why do people get so excited about that? Like, there's no other time of year where you like, I guess pumpkin's Halloween, obviously. We're not like, it's April, blueberry time.
Yeah, but like someone said August, I mean, it's still like 90 degrees outside. Like, no.
Yeah.
I know like
They're
Dunkin'
goddamn-
Donuts has started to sell their pumpkin coffee. Maybe like last week, I think they started.
Yeah, no, that should not be allowed in August. So, is this true? Andrew said, "Remember the time Bri thought they had pumpkin bleach?" I wouldn't be surprised. Nothing surprising.
I
me
can't
in this
imagine I
story.
would ever think that. I think you might have tried to convince me of it.
I'm fairly certain if Bryce sees enough pumpkin items in the supermarket, he'll drink the pumpkin bleach.
To get rid of coronavirus.
Doc, should we all take, by the way, dewormer for
Oh, yeah,
animals
yeah,
for
yeah.
COVID?
Yeah, take enough for large animals.
Do you think, actually, just another question. Do you think as a requirement for buying pumpkin-related items, you had to get the vaccine first? We would get to 100%?
Yeah, you get like at least 10% more people.
Yeah, I mean,
Maybe
middle
they should
America
have a-
fucking loves this shit.
Maybe they should have a pumpkin vaccine.
Actually, pumpkin is a cure for coronavirus because even coronavirus doesn't like that shit.
That's right. That's what we should do. Say that the vaccine has pumpkin in it.
Pumpkin spice vaccine.
Yeah. It's got pumpkin and acai berries or whatever those are called.
I mean, you would definitely get all like the white women vaccinated instantly.
Oh yeah.
Jay, can you add to the conspiracy site for the Denver airport? Can we write down that if you're holding a pumpkin, you cannot catch corona in the Denver airport?
I'm trying to start a rumor that if you have neck tattoos that you can't get coronavirus.
Well, you can't get a job.
So I don't know if you guys remember growing up. I don't know if you had this. It's like the first like dirty channel that came on in our town. It was all scrambled. Was the Spice Channel? Did you guys have that?
Oh yeah.
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 You think they had a pumpkin spiced like theme?
Well, pumpkin wasn't that big when we were growing up. So
Yeah.
it just became a thing like in the last few years.
It would have been like Dick in a Box, but it's a pumpkin.
By the way, did they go out of business? The Spice Channel? What happened to them?
I would think so. They
I
probably
think there still is like, because on my guide there's still like a couple of adult channels. I don't know if it's Spice or not. I know there's like a Playboy channel and there was something else.
I think the Spice Channel ended with the Spice Girls, like somewhere in the late '90s.
No, I think it ended with the internet.
It's for like it's for like
Yeah,
the,
the internet.
it's for like the 3 people who don't know how to get porn on the internet. Like it's
Yeah,
like,
who's like paying $50 for like a porn movie on TV? Like, that's.
Well,
I guess
also-
those people.
What newsstand is like? I think we still sell these dirty magazines. There's a lot of people that don't have the internet.
I've seen newsstands that still have them. I'm like, who?
yeah,
Also,
who are these
like-
people.
I've seen them at like a subway station at 42nd Street. I'm like, who is gonna buy a porno mag like in front of all these people?
Yeah, I mean even before
There are people that will. There are people with that kind of confidence level
Jay-
that I can only dream about having.
Jay,
That
how
is
much-
like, yeah, major balls.
If I gave you $100, Jay, would you walk up there and go, "Can I have some Bentos and Skanks Illustrated"?
I bought a magazine once at a newsstand, like not a busy one, and I never went to that newsstand ever again.
I once I didn't have the guts to actually buy it, so I put it. I stuck it in an issue of Baseball Weekly and bought Baseball Weekly.
you stole it.
I learned a lot about baseball. Jay, so how much would it take you to actually, how much would I have to give you to actually make this purchase? And then stand 5 feet from there and read the whole magazine. Just flip through it slowly.
I think that you'd be more embarrassed that like you be viewed as someone who doesn't know how the internet works.
Yeah.
like
Doc,
it's like it's like a different kind of embarrassment these days.
if I give you $500, would you do that? Would you go buy the magazine, then stand there on the subway tracks and just read it for the next like 20 minutes?
You know how many like Q people would come up to you if you were just sitting there reading like a porno? Because they'd be like, "This guy doesn't have the internet. He doesn't know anything. Like I could teach it. I could tell him all about like the whole like underbelly of the world. And I
Let
can
me
recruit
tell you
this
the
guy."
way. Let me show you the
Yeah.
way.
Don't you have Google? Gaga? What?
There would also be somebody who would call the cops and you'd probably
Yeah.
get arrested. You could probably do
Yeah.
that like 15 years ago, and now they would say indecent exposure
Yeah,
or
you'd-
some
you'd
shit.
probably-
Well,
go to
I mean,
jail.
if you have your pants down, I mean, if you're just reading it, I don't know if.
I wouldn't be surprised if somebody called the cops just from reading a mag. People get freaked
Hey,
out over
for
everything.
an extra $50, would you keep your pants down?
Yeah, for like a prison for a record.
I actually saw that happen on a subway once.
You saw a guy put
Expose
his pants
himself.
down, just start.
No, he. I guess he flashed his dick to some girl because she's like, she looks up. She's like, I saw that, and I'm getting the cops. And he's like, please don't do that. And he got off the next stop, and she got off and followed him, and I guess was gonna follow him until she ran into a cop.
That's
Wow,
there's some
that's
awesome
dedication.
there's some awesome fetishes you could have.
That's why I love the subway so much.
That's
It's-
weird that she ended up following him.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he was a very non-intimidating guy. It was like chubby Chinese guy, and
That'd be great if like they found the cop and the guy was like, "This woman's been following me for like 4 miles."
Yeah, I know.
she gets
I think
arrested.
And then
Stuck
she gets arrested.
He gets a restraining order on her.
Yeah.
You're like, I will not show you my dick again. I'm sorry.
No, I am married.
As the cops are walking her away in cuffs, he flashes his dick at her.
The cop's like, I want to see too.
So we have an email, thebrinkofsanity@gmail.com. Lorenzo writes, morning, guys. Back on episode 268, I love how some of our fans are just complete historians of the show.
Amazing.
On
fans.
episode
Go on.
268 in March 2017, you had a
Oh
skit.
God.
You had a skit where Mark pretended to call the show acting as the CPA exam. It was basically Mark saying to Jay, fuck you, you will never complete me. Can we revisit this in light of the events since then?
Ooh.
Ring, ring. Ring, ring.
Hello?
Hi, Jay. I'm the CPA exam. Ha, 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 ha. You'll never complete me. As I'm saying the same thing from our last bit. Ha, 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 ha.
Funny story. 17 tries later, look who's laughing now.
Oh, yeah? Well, I've invaded your CPAP machine, and you're going to die from that.
Damn you, CPA exam.
You
The
can't
first-
stop.
You can't spell CPAP without CPA.
The first symptom is
true.
dizziness.
You can never stop us. We've hatched our plan in the underground of the Denver airport.
All right, we've officially linked every bit for this entire episode.
Nailed it.
In phase 2, you'll wish you were just dizzy.
Lorenzo writes, "Hey guys, this is a question for it's for Evan Fournier because we tried to get him on the podcast. So we'll have well, no,
Hey Jay, I'm Evan Fournier.
Who's that? Who is that?
he is
Actually,
he's a basketball player that the Knicks just signed,
Oh.
and he tweeted that he wanted to go on a Knicks podcast. So every Knicks podcast fans were trying to get him to go on their show, and we ended up losing the bid to I forget, Knicks Fan TV, I think.
mostly because we're not a serious podcast.
Mostly because he probably looked at followers and saw they had 10,000 and we have 1,600 and said, yeah, I'll go with the 10,000 one.
He should go for the underdogs. He's playing for the underdogs now.
That's what I was thinking. Lorenzo writes, hey guys, time for crypto chat. Does Jay still have his Ripple? Back in episode 287, he mentioned he bought it for 20 cents and now it's 179. Stellar is at 54 cents and he bought it at 3.5 cents. I still have my Cardano and it's going great. Guns also. So
Jay, what do you still have? What's your updating crypto, Jay?
well, I had Bittrex and they changed the rules of trading in New York, so I had to sell everything. That's why all my stuff is just in Bitcoin and Ethereum now.
Okay, that's probably a better move overall.
Oh no,
Not knowing much about the space.
I also have Dogecoin because somebody said I should put money into Dogecoin.
A genius.
I had pissed some money away into that too.
That's like the joke currency that did really well.
Yeah.
Well, Bry has the imitation of the joke currency in Shiba Inu, right?
Oh yeah, well Jay told me I was gonna get rich if I bought that, so I have 6 million of them.
Bri
It
has,
just sounds
Bri
funny
has,
that you have 6 million.
Bri has Lumcoin.
6 million.
I have 6 million Shiba Inu, and it's worth. I'm looking at it right now. 0.00000067.
Can we play Who Wants to Be a 6 million Shiba Inu heir?
But Bri, if that goes up to like 10 cents, you'll have a house.
Yeah,
Bry, if that goes up
we
to
can
a
get to a
million,
penny. I just want to get my money back.
Bry, if that goes to $1 million, you'll have more money.
Dogecoin went from like a tenth of a penny to 76 cents. So I bought some.
Yeah.
And then it went down to 71 cents. So I bought some. And then it shot down to 37 cents. I'm like, well, it's definitely bottomed out. So I bought some. And now it's at 27 cents.
Yeah, I did about the same thing. I bought 3 different spurts.
So really happy about that.
when are we going to make an NFT for the show? That's the new thing.
You mean when is Jay going to find out how to do it?
Yeah, we should do an NFT of the Brink symbol.
The logo? Yeah.
Yeah, someone told me actually they sold an NFT for $36. They're making like a T-shirt brand, and they sold it. They sold an NFT of the T-shirt brand for $36 to a fan.
I think we should make a Brink coin and a Brink NFT. But
Can one of our listeners do this shit for us, please?
Mark's
you could-
definitely not doing it.
You could split the profits with us. If we can figure out what the profits are. Do you guys want to do This Week in Child Pornography? Our weekly
we
bits?
almost made it to the end of the episode without it. Almost.
This Week in Child Pornography.
Jay, can
So-
you get deplatformed?
I didn't want to do it, but there's an article that came up that was perfect for This Week in Child Porn.
I'm sure you didn't want to do it.
Nirvana has been sued by the baby from the Nevermind album artwork for child pornography.
Oh, I heard about this.
That guy's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Yes. He peaked as a baby in that goddamn pool.
Well, also every 5 years he recreated the shot in a pool to
Yeah.
make money off of it, and now all of a sudden it's pornography and he wants to sue them.
Yes, exactly. He said he's recently become unhappy about the Nevermind artwork. It fucked me up, he says. I'm pissed off about it, to be honest. How did it fuck it? Maybe recreating it every 3 years fucked him up.
Babies they all look the same. There's no way anyone could tell that's him unless he like.
And who cares? What are they going to make fun of his baby dick?
Yeah.
Like he also went on interviews saying how it was so cool that he got to be part of that. And
No, it's a total money grab.
Yeah.
Also, how did any of us, like when we were single, be in bars, be like, I'm the guy from the I was the baby on Nevermind now. Like that's got to get you laid.
That
Some
is true.
it's at late enough at night.
Yeah,
That's true.
and anyone can say because no one can tell who it is. So
Oh, I don't know. Let me see your baby dick.
Doc,
except
were
me,
you,
maybe.
Were you
'cause it was
with
a
me
white
when
baby.
Kevin said I was Ben Seaver from Growing Pains or
Oh
Family
yeah,
Guy?
yeah,
You were there?
yeah. I think so,
Wait.
or I heard about it at least.
What happened?
I think I was there. Let me just make
We were at this bar and we were talking to these girls and they didn't seem that into it. And I went to the bathroom and while I was in the bathroom, our buddy said I was Ben Seaver. I came back and they were like all into me and talking to me. And I pulled him aside. I'm like, what the fuck did you do? I know something happened while I was in the bathroom. And he's like, oh, I just told him you were from this TV show from the 80s. And like, they totally bought it. Because nobody
He was-
knows what Ben Seaver looks like now.
Yeah. That was like his thing. He was really good at just making shit up.
It actually wasn't that big of a stretch like 15 years ago because like we were around the same age and we both had goatees and like I had hair back then. It actually wasn't that big. That
And he might not have hair either now, so this could probably still pull it off.
maybe he gained 20 pounds and lost his hair. Who knows?
Doc, are you did you take the Comirnaty vaccine?
What?
The Comirnaty?
Oh, that's the name. That's what they named it.
Did
That's
you guys
the,
hear they now that they're FDA approved?
That's like the worst name.
The vaccines have names. They didn't just say like everyone's just going to call it the Pfizer vaccine. Yet they've paid millions of dollars to marketing companies to come up with names for these vaccines.
So they spent
Yeah,
millions of dollars and came up with a name that sounds like Illuminati.
It's
It's
Comirnaty.
That's not going to help.
No, that's not
Community
going to
or
help
something.
the conspiracy
It's-
theories at all.
No.
It's a combination of the words community, immunity, mRNA, and COVID.
It's the worst name.
It literally is the worst possible. How like you're like, if only we could combine all four things, then people will take it.
I mean, like, mostly, like, people won't care what it's called unless it's called something that stupid. Like, they came up with the one thing that's like,
Moderna is calling theirs Spikevax.
that's better.
That's a little better.
Guys, everyone thinks that this vaccine is a big conspiracy. Let's call it Balluminati.
And they're
Let's call it. We're trying to track you.
now. By the way, now that it's approved, they're gonna have they can advertise it on TV. So they'll be like, ask your doctor if Comirnaty is right for you.
Great. Really forward to those commercials.
Yeah.
Side effects of not taking it: supporting Donald Trump.
Watching,
Getting released by the Patriots.
watching OWN Network.
They should just be like,
Living in
do you want-
Mississippi.
do you want the vaccine or do you want COVID? Because that's the only two choices you have, really. Like, that's basically, I mean,
With Comirnaty, you don't get the vaccine. You don't get COVID most of the time.
well, yeah, you could still get COVID, but you might not die, though.
I can't believe they spent all that time and money and came up with a name that terrible.
That's a really bad name.
It really like they paid a company to come up with this, and like if they're like we're trying to combine the word community, immunity, mRNA, and COVID into one word, you're a fucking moron. If you're
It's
trying
like
to
they,
do that.
it's like they took a bunch of Scrabble pieces with like two letters each, and then just put them all together. Like,
You know what would have
random?
gotten a lot of people to take it? Call it freedom juice.
I was gonna go with not death vaccine.
I was just about to say that, not death.
I like to
should've-
take not death. Yeah.
They should have just did what the Washington Redskins did and just called it the COVID vaccine.
Well, I mean, they called it the Pfizer vaccine.
Yeah.
That seemed like a good enough name.
Yeah.
I think we're all fine with that. Because now, like, if you haven't heard of that stupid name, you're going to be like, what's that? And be like, oh, Pfizer? Like, it's just like a roundabout way of like
Yeah.
saying it's the Pfizer
Well,
vaccine.
we can give you the Comirnaty. No, I want the Pfizer one. That is the Pfizer one. This is the conspiracy. I'm get the fuck out of here.
Good times. We live in great times.
Great times. Do you know also they did a study of people commenting on the web? The question really was the chicken or the egg thing. Are people that comment online, like you become an asshole from the anonymity and commenting online, or are you already an asshole?
My
What do you
theory
guys
is
think?
they're already an asshole.
Brian, what do you think? Like, does being the ability to comment anonymously online end up creating more assholes?
Yeah, it definitely creates more assholes.
Doc, what do you think?
No, I think they're just assholes that. Like,
So
Feel
two
the
of the
freedom
three of
to
us
unleash
got
themselves.
Yeah, 2 of the 3 of us got it right. They said basically the study showed that most of the people commenting on there that were assholes were already assholes in real life.
How do you do a study?
Yeah, how
on
do you
that?
prove that?
I don't know. I'm just reading parts of the article.
It's like it's probably true, but like, how do you even
I'm not sure.
conclude that?
But they did a study, and I'm
Okay.
assuming they got the study right.
And Anthony said,
Basically, people they like question people. Are you an actual asshole?
Anthony said
Like-
his Pfizer's tagline should be "You trusted us with your dick," because they did Viagra.
Oh, they really want. You might want to make that clearer in the.
Yeah, yeah.
From the makers of.
Yeah. ... You know Viagra.
They're like, you trust us with your dick. What the fuck are they doing with my dick? Why don't they just put the vaccine in Viagra?
Oh, this should just be like from the makers of Happy Pills.
I mean, they could put it in meth and save Florida.
It's true. Yes. Doc, how fucked are we with the Delta variant?
Well, I'm worried about the next variant, to be honest. I mean,
Great.
the
are
Delta-
they already doing summer previews for the next one?
Yeah, I think so.
Coming this December.
Coming this Christmas.
Epsilon.
Is it as bad as Wonder Woman 84? Because then we're really fucked.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about like
Is this the pumpkin variant?
the cooler
Yeah.
months. Like the Northeast always gets stuff like October and November.
Could they call it the pumpkin variant? Because that would get rid of the word pumpkin from our dialect. Like, people would
Yeah.
stop wanting things they're pumpkin.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to try to make that happen.
Yeah.
The director of Wonder Woman 84 said it was heartbreaking having the simultaneous streaming and movie theater release. And I was thinking it was more heartbreaking sitting through that movie. It was really bad. I just want to...
Oh, you saw it?
Yeah, it was so bad. It was so bad.
I do like actually I should send this to you. There's a podcast that they just did a whole thing on how bad that movie was. I didn't see the movie, but the podcast itself was actually pretty entertaining. You might like it.
It was like, I like superhero movies, and that was like maybe the worst one I've ever seen.
They made it sound like it was so unbelievable. I almost watched the movie afterwards because of how bad they made it sound.
You know who the
Yeah.
supervillain was?
Who was the supervillain?
The lady from SNL, from Bridesmaids.
Amy Schumer. The annoying one?
Oh,
That's like the tall, skinny one. I forget her name.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was the
she's
villain.
kind of funny actually. So they used her in a villain role instead of for humor.
Yes. Yeah.
Um,
So good
The hell's her
casting.
name?
Good casting on that one.
Hey, I have a question for you guys. You guys, on a different note, do you ever do Airbnb? I mean, sorry, not have you stayed in one? Have you ever put anything up? Have you ever had someone come to your place? Do you have any? Would you guys ever do that?
We don't
Like
all
a-
have mansions, Mark.
No, well, Doc.
I mean, I
says
thought
this-
about it, but I don't like, like renting it out to someone else would be kind of like a big thing because then like
I
almost.
have a friend who does.
Because Doc stays in his place half the time. Because half the time he lives in a different
Yeah.
place.
Yeah, I've thought about it, but it's just too much of a hassle.
Does it count
you-
that when the doc moved out, when I lived with him in Brooklyn, I kept renting the place out to different people? Like,
So-
I was still there, but his bedroom.
Oh, like after I actually moved out.
Yeah, no, that next year was like,
But were you actually using Airbnb or you were just renting?
I was using Craigslist, which was probably a lot worse. It was,
Ooh.
let's just say it was a very hit or miss year. I had 4 different people stay for 3 months each, and it was very hit or miss.
So Airbnb is housing. It says they will house 20,000 Afghan refugees.
Oh yeah,
Doc.
the OWN network said that they're actually bringing them all just to red states. They
That's-
actually had Trump on yesterday.
Why,
and
do we
told
wanna
him
give
that
them all
to his
COVID?
face. No,
How?
to rig the election because they don't understand that you actually need to be a citizen to vote.
Doc, would you be happy or sad that you put your place on Airbnb and it's just housing Afghan refugees?
Well, I mean, the way Airbnb works, like you get to like, you can know like who's renting it.
But what
It's
if
not like-
what if like Joe Government rented it and you're like, oh okay, you seem cool,
Oh, and
and
then
he's like,
someone's
oh
just-
yeah, I'm gonna put 250 refugees in your apartment.
I think if a guy named Joe Government rented my Airbnb, that might be a
Yeah.
giveaway.
Doc's looking at like his name is Habib. It says he previously lived in a cave. Would you be okay with that? I mean, obviously that would be doing a great deed.
Well,
house
clearly
the
I
Afghan
wouldn't be
refugee.
because I haven't even done regular Airbnb. Like, so.
Well, Doc, Brett, good news for you. I put your place in Airbnb. And we've got Afghan refugees.
Yeah,
for your
someone's living
place.
there right now because I'm not there. Yeah.
Listen, they haven't figured out how to use a bathroom. So anyway, it'll be beyond that. It'll be
Yeah.
fine.
The
I
Joe
might need-
Government Airbnb interview would be like that Simpsons episode. Hello, my name is Mr. Burns. What's your first name?
What's
I
your first
don't
name?
know. That we actually are out of emails from Lorenzo. So Lorenzo,
God damn it.
thebrinkofsanity@gmail.com. If anybody else wants to email us too, it's not. It seems like it's just Lorenzo's personal inbox, but other people can write to it too.
Yeah.
By the way, Doc, another thing, it's a medical question. Is because TikTok has banned this. Do you think TikTok was correct in banning viral milk crate challenge videos?
Do you know what a medical question is?
Have you guys heard about the milk crate challenge yet? I obviously.
No.
I was gonna. So basically, people are stacking milk crates and like a triangle, and you walk up and down. But the milk crates themselves are not very stable, so people are falling and breaking bones.
They're using the square ones, not the rectangle ones, so it's
So
extra.
what's the problem?
I don't know. TikTok banned it because too many people are getting injured.
I think TikTok should promote videos that give stupid challenges injuries because these people deserve it.
I mean, could we just finally agree that I was right, that social media is just ruining our society?
Yes. No, I've agreed with you for a while now. You're absolutely, you nailed it.
It'd be great. It'd be great if
the-
TikTok was like, yes, we're actually encouraging you guys to up the ante on these things.
Well, I mean, it seems like it's actually a downgrade from the one where everyone was dancing outside of their moving car.
Isn't TikTok run by like the Chinese government?
Yes, it's actually been
There's-
proven that like it's like spyware software, and
Yeah.
people are like, I don't care because I can watch challenge videos.
Allegedly, Jay. They have a lot of money. They can sue us. Allegedly, Jay.
It's like when they have those like Twitter questions like, oh, what was the #1 song the day you were born? And what was the movie that came out the day you graduated high school? Like, oh, let me put this down because it gives you my personal information.
Yeah, well, what was your mother's maiden name?
yeah.
The Twitter. I think the Twitter account. We're not China at Twitter says, "What are your government secrets?" Just list them.
Download this app and we'll show you what you look like, younger and older and with facial hair and bald. It's just
And in prison.
An
yeah,
empty.
There was
empty
one
bank
that
account.
there was one that Jay, like it described that did something like what Jay said. Like they said like this is what you look like when you're older, and it really was found to be like
It was spyware. Yeah.
yeah. I
It's
just
great
laugh
that
on
it's so easy to take down America.
it. They come out like every other week, and I see like half my friends do it, and I'm just like, guys, you don't understand
How-
what's happening.
How much do you think like the town of Springfield is really America? They've really nailed it. You're
Yeah.
like the government's just like, stop giving away your personal information on fucking Twitter, you fucking moron. Stop it. Yeah. What else is going on, guys? anyone else bring a goddamn topic besides Denver Airport being like the place of the occult?
Have we started the show yet?
This has been a
Organic. opening.
organic opening.
Hey, did you play the song yet? Brian, what's new? Yeah, did you hear the show?
I didn't hear the song.
Yeah, he played it. I remember it.
Okay. Brian, what's new with you? We haven't seen you in a long time.
Not much. Just got cancer in my stomach apparently, but other than that,
Yeah.
Is it going to
I
be
know.
another like 9 months before we see you again?
it probably.
Well,
You seem very confident about that.
Jay's like, do you have 9 months? Just asking.
I like just there'll be like a few weeks where I'm like I want to go on because I want to just bitch about everything, and then like a week later I'm just like who cares?
Well,
Like,
during the
what's
weeks you
point?
want to come on, you could come on, and then
Like, but then I'm just like, what's the point? Who gives a shit? Like, 3 people are listening. Nobody's going to agree with me. Like, whatever.
I go through
Um,
those phases too. I mean, I did like a 5-hour stream on Saturday, and like one person was watching, and I was like, "Well, this is."
how'd you get the number so high? I have my last topic for the show. Do you guys want to know how much webcam models make?
I'm sure it's going to be way more than I think.
Well, they have a little game here you can play. How many? So Jay, you could be our webcam person. How many hours per week are you planning on spending broadcasting? Give me a number. They're gonna tell you how much you're gonna make.
Oh, I'm a webcam model. How many hours am I gonna?
Yeah,
Okay, so I'm gonna do 20
You're a
hours.
webcam model.
20.
20.
Okay.
good.
Are you female, male, or you
Female.
couple, or you trans?
I am female.
Trans.
Okay, trans. How many years of camming experience do you have?
All
1,
of it.
2, 3, 4, or 5+, or just starting out?
Well, you do a podcast on Zoom, so.
So 5+. Okay. Which campsite will you broadcast on? There's, I mean, I'm going to name them, but Jay already knows them. Strip Chat, Chatterbait, X Models, Streammate, Cam Soda.
BreakerSanity.com.
Jay's just writing this stuff down. My free
Hold on, I'm
Cam
taking notes.
Live Jasmine. Okay, let's go with Chatterbait. I think that's.
Wait, you got Jay's browser history?
So your estimated, with everything we just described, your estimated weekly earnings are $2,860 a week. Jay, is that how much you earn now?
Wait,
No.
that's really good. Wait,
Yeah.
is-
That's
Yeah,
that's
that's really good.
$96,000 a year.
That's actually a lot.
No, it's like 150. That's almost
100.
200.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
like $140,000.
Holy shit. Yeah.
Um,
and
Is
that's,
there an
that's
accountant?
if Jay switches from trans to male, he makes $1,800. He lost $1,000 a week by becoming a man.
What about just female? It's probably a lot more.
Let's see. If you go female, you get $3,300. $3,380. Wow.
From 28.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I'm using everything else. The same. If you're a couple would get, using the same numbers, $2,000. So actually, a female makes more than a couple.
Then you got to split that. So
Yeah, it's even worse. So apparently the rankings are female first, couple second. Was couple
No,
actually
trans.
no trans was second, and then a couple, then a guy.
so wait, that was for 20 hours a week that you got?
20 hours, yes.
You got
half of how much
150
you're working,
grand.
Jay. If you became a trans man, I don't know what the correct name here is.
So if you
became
did-
trans, 20 hours a week, you would make $2,800 a week.
So if you did it full time, in theory, you can make $300,000 a year if you're a female.
Let's go to 40 hours.
That's basically
Let's-
$100 an hour.
If you go 40 hours, maybe it doesn't go up as $5,700 a week. You would make basically $300,000 a year if you were a trans. You worked 40 hours a week as trans, Jay.
that was worth it, Jay.
I know.
If you're just starting out, if Jay just wants to get into it for the first time, 40 hours a week, he'd make $2,000 a week, just starting out.
I guarantee you I would make like $30 a week.
Well, let's just say, hang on, if he's just a
I'll
man.
take that bet, Jay. If you want to go through the operation and do all that, I'll put $100 up. It says you get $30.
As just a man, he'd make $1,200 a week. So just starting out. Though, I mean, I guess that's just Chatterbait. Maybe another site. Would pay more.
What about 4 guys doing a podcast on there?
$0 a week.
1 hour a week.
Yeah, not as much.
No.
Jay, what's the most popular of these streaming sites?
I don't know.
Stop.
know.
I know Live
You-
Jasmine has the most like advertising, but I don't know which ones actually has the most people.
So Jay, but like 1 year you make $1,200. If you had a full year of experience, you're up to $1,400 a week. If 2 years of experience, Jay, you're gonna make $2,000 a week. It's pretty good, Jay, and that's just as a man. You get the operation, it'll be even better. And if you and Bri do it together, 2 years of experience, $2,200 a week.
Are we both men or are we both trans?
If you're both trans, holy shit, the money's gonna like crazy amount of money.
Wow.
Andrew said he'd buy a Brink shirt to fund the operation.
I'm in.
I think we're down to like 3 shirts, by the way.
So they said, how much do cam girls make in 2021? The average webcam model earns $1,000 a week for an 18-hour work week.
Damn.
That's the average, but they adjust. Obviously, there's some that make a ton and some that barely
That's
do.
less than what the numbers you were saying before. Oh, because
Well, this is just the average. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is just the. So they said the top earning cam models in the United States earn as much as $6,000 a week.
Jesus.
Pretty darn good. So
Course.
we're all suckers. Well, we're all suckers for not being cam girls.
I mean, I've seen people tip like insane amounts of money. Like,
Yeah. It's,
When you say
Fathom.
people, you mean yourself?
I don't have that kind of money. Like just jaw-dropping amounts of money.
So while most cam girls treat it as part-time, the models who treat it as a full-time profession, on average, make. So you guys can guess.
How was
Because a lot of people are doing it part-time. If you just count the girls that are doing this as a full-time job, so probably.
75,000.
What do you think, Bri?
200 grand.
Jay?
225.
It's like the price is right.
136.
Okay.
It's pretty good though.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's a pretty good
Yeah, that's good.
beats most jobs.
No
Yep.
commute.
No commute. That is right. No self-esteem, but no commute.
Exactly. All right, we are out of time, folks. I want to thank you all for joining, and we should do this again. Brian, when
You-
you're
I also-
not suicidal,
Yeah.
come back on. Doc, you're always a pleasure to have on.
Thanks.
I just want some advice from the fans. I want the fans let us know if we should continue the show as a podcast, or would they prefer us to be more of a cam girl type show?
All right, we'll get on that. All right, thanks for listening, everybody. We will be back soon.
Goodbye, everybody. It's all over. Goodbye. It's time to go. This is the end. Say goodbye.